see you. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Same thing, Jane, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then we'll get into the questions.
Good morning.
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 Glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to come talk. I worked during the election with you guys side by side. I'm also a member of the Republican Executive Club, and I have been a member of the Republican Executive Club since 2012. So I'm not a stranger for many of you. My name is Jane Morlie, and I'm running for the Marion County School Board District 4. I believe I'm the best candidate for this position for the following reason. I have a bachelor's degree in law from Suriname, South America. I was born and raised in Suriname, South America. That's my mom there. And I have worked for 13 years for the prosecutor's office in Suriname, South America, preparing criminal cases for trial. When I came here to the US, I worked in New York City. My first job was for McDonald's, and I used to live in a small basement, struggling financially. God opens doors for us, and I entered the construction world. I went back to college and got my construction management certification. And I had the opportunity to work for the second largest engineering firm, which is URS Corporation. And one of the jobs that I had was managing schools, building schools, supervising teams, and those were between $1 and $10 million jobs. What made me different within those fields is my leadership skills. I was able to motivate my team. I had this project that I needed to do. This is the budget that we have. This is the time limit that we have. So we always had a sense of urgency, and we need to motivate the team to go, get it done, and get it done on time, within budget. That was my leadership skills. And I would ask my team, what is it that you need? And I was in the trenches with them. You work side by side. You show them by leading the team. You are next to them. So that was my management skills with them and my leadership skills. Managing budgets. Let's understand what the position is as a school board member. As a school board member, you are to approve budgets and approving policy and documents. So I'm very good in that. I have done it. When I came to Ocala, Marion County, my first job was working for Current and Contracting as a superintendent in the field, and I used to manage 30 residential construction homes in Marion Oaks. I've done it all. So budget is a huge percentage of this job. I have also volunteered tremendously in several positions within Marion County. Marion County Literacy Council. I have been a mentor for people that have English as a second language, because I am fluent in Dutch and I'm fluent in Hindi. Also, the Family Outreach Network with the school board. And I'm also an ambassador with the Chamber of Commerce. 12 years ago, when I lost my husband, I raised my kids. My daughter studies for medicine. My son, he's a real estate agent. I have 2 grandchildren. One of them is in kindergarten today, and my younger son is in college. Losing my husband as a single parent, I understood what it took, what's needed to be successful in education, and as a parent, I've done it. My name is Jane Morlie, and I'm asking for your vote August 28th. Questions?
Thank you, Jane. What do you see as the role of a school board member?
Like I said, a huge percentage of this job is budget, approval of budgets, making sure that the money is spent wisely. And the focus has to be the students. The classroom, the students, teachers, that's where education takes place, not up top. We have to make resources available to hire the best and the brightest teachers, qualified and highly qualified teachers. Without teachers, there is no education. We have to make resources available for the students in the classroom. Without resources, these kids cannot learn. And you have to be accountable to the taxpayers also. 12 years, 180 days of education in the classroom, and you have not been able to accomplish the main reason why schools are there is reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Amen.
You have failed. You have failed as an education system. You have failed as a district. That's your objective. It's appalling to me that you have not been able to do that within 180 days. If you need more time, take more time. But make sure that every child that comes out of that classroom has been able to at least read and write. I'm very passionate about that. What are we? These are the next generation that will lead this country. What is the message that we are getting here? I'm not getting it. You want a viable education system. You want to see some results. 4 years ago, we passed the one meal tax referendum. We're asking you again to do it. And I truly am, because I feel we need that to keep our kids safe, to fund all these programs. But we also want 61. That's where we are today. Our school system, 4 years ago when I ran for office, we were at 50th. 4 years ago now, to the day, we are at 61. The results are not there. What else do we need to do? As a leader, I would ask my team, what do you need? I would hold them accountable. And I would make sure that all the classes are funded properly, we have enough teachers, and I would ask you, what is it that I can do to help you? That's my position here.
Thank you, Jane. And some of these questions I'm going to ask you touched briefly on, but I'm going to hit them again anyhow in case there's something else you want to add to what you've already stated.
Okay.
What are your thoughts of a voter-approved superintendent and an appointed volunteer school board?
I want you to look at the big picture. There is this map of the United States of America. Marion County is a dot on the map, okay? It's a dot on the map. And then we have this whole nationwide opportunity to look for the highly qualified superintendent. We don't have to look at the populist vote or vote somebody in office that has a lot of money, is maybe funded by PAC money or whatever. We don't need that. It's too much at risk here. We're losing kids daily. And you can't give them those years back. So I am for an appointed superintendent. And it's gonna be on the ballot this November election. I'm so for an appointed superintendent. We spent $2.5 million on 11 schools, and we spent $400,000 on an outside company to come in and turn around Evergreen. It's a lot of money. That's not being spent in the classroom. We're catching up. We are not proactive, we are reactive. And that's not the solution. I'm for an appointed superintendent. And I would ask the voters to consider that. Let's look at the big picture here. We can't give those kids back those failing years. And we can't wait for 4 years for elections. We can't.
Jane, how will you engage the community to improve failing schools?
I've been working on that. I've been going around door to door, business to business. I'm very involved in the business community as an ambassador with the Chamber of Commerce and also with Business Network International. I'm in the leadership team of Business Network International. So I'm very involved within the business world, and I'm also involved with several churches here in Marion County. I've gone to them, I've talked to them, and I've asked them, what can you do to help us out? And one of the suggestions that I had with several churches, and I have talked about this with the superintendent, can we make resources available to the kids that are in the churches, that have Sunday schools there, Wednesday school there, Bible study? Can we provide some mentors there? They have retired teachers, retired principals, educators. Can you help us out in taking charge over these kids and these families that are struggling in these areas? And they are willing, they are open. But if we wait till the last moment, till we have failing schools, nothing's gonna happen. We need to be proactive, like I said. We need to go out there and we need to knock on their doors and hold them accountable. We need help. We need help right now. And that's what my approach will be as your school board member when elected. I will knock on those doors and I will ask them to take charge, to help us out. Without parents, without community involvement, there is not much that we can do.
Amen.
It's gotta happen.
Jane, with all the violence in schools, what's your stand regarding arming the teachers?
I'm not for arming the teachers, but I'm for the Guardian program and I'm for the resource officers. I'm also for metal detectors, secured entrance, several exits out. You gotta have that where kids can get out of the school if there is anything, several exits out. And also, I have worked in several federal buildings. Since 9/11, not much has happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a reason why. We have hardened our airports, we have hardened our federal buildings, and now we have kids that are in free gun zone areas. We need to harden our schools. We need to wake up, and we need to take actions now. Those kids that took guns at Westport High School, if we had a metal detector there, that would not have happened. We need to take action now. So I'm all for a surveillance cameras in our schools that would monitor the perimeters and also metal detectors at the main entrance. So one entrance in. And one of the things that was brought up also, school uniforms. If you see somebody that does not belong on the school property, that person will be noticeable instantly. Mm-hmm. It's also one of the things that you can look at keeping our kids safe. So that's mine.
Halfway there, Jane. As a school board candidate in 2014, you were against the school board referendum. Do you still feel the same today, and what's
No.
changed?
I am for it.
Okay.
I'm for it. I have seen the results have proven that it's very important for our kids. I'm for the one meal tax referendum, and I'm advocating for that. So please help us out. We need that. We need safe schools. We need teachers. Many schools were understaffed. I mean, Evergreen was completely understaffed. We had so many unqualified, uncertified teachers in that school, and open positions. It's a high demand of teachers, so we need to hire more teachers, highly certified and highly qualified teachers.
Jane, since the 2014 election, in an effort to stay current with improving public education, what groups, causes, or committees have you participated in?
Yes. Who remembers the bathroom ban? The bathroom ban that the school board had the issue with.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. I advocated for that. And my family outreach network, engaging more parents into the school system, that was initiated by Angie Boynton and Nancy Stacy. I was part of that. We put numerous hours into that committee to see how we can engage more parents into the school system. And we submitted our findings to the school board at that time. Of course, it must be catching dust somewhere on a shelf, but I did my share, and I continue doing that. I also am part of the Common Core, Florida Stop Common Core Coalition with Randy Osborne and Marguerite Cavanaugh. So I'm so against Common Core. I continue to advocate against Common Core. Common Core, the federal intrusion politics, nepotism has completely destroyed our education system. Completely destroyed our education system. So.
Jane, regarding your leadership and the drama between the school board and the superintendent, how will you work to resolve that?
I'm not for drama. I'm absolutely not for drama. I'm a professional. I handle myself in a very ethical way. I handle myself in a professional way. If there is things that we agree to disagree, I'll handle myself in a professional way.
Glenn, it would be helpful to know what the drama is.
Yeah, all you gotta do is buy a
And if I
newspaper.
ask questions, if I ask the superintendent questions, or if I need information, I want it. I'll be nice. I'll be very nice and I'll be very professional about things. But when I ask something, it's gotta happen. I want that information. And I want that information. If I ask certain questions, I need that for a certain purpose. I'm not gonna go in and ask questions. And I'm not gonna put things out there that is not verifiable. So if I have something to say, I'll say it with facts. I'm a very practical person. I don't like drama, but when it comes to kids and education, I have my way of finding stuff. So I'll do it and I'll bring it. I'm very professional. I have worked with several companies, and there has never been anything about my ethical performance or ethical. That's what we keep current on ethics. So I have a very professional way of handling my business.
Thank you for answering that. To answer your question, there's been a constant rift, and that's what I'm referring to from the school board and the superintendent. Two more to go, Jane. Jane, regarding the incumbent's record, what issues or stands would you have voted different, and why?
I'm not keeping up with my incumbents' records. Okay? I'm not keeping up with her record. That's her deal. But I would do things different. And when elected, I promise you that, God willing, if this is meant to be, I'll be there.
Last one, and this, like I say, this is almost like a job interview, what we're doing.
I understand that.
Jane, you were a school board candidate in 2014. Please explain what's different today and why we should vote for you now.
I'm the same person. Nothing has changed. Looking at all the makeup of all the other candidates, I felt I am the better qualified person. Not only my experience in the construction industry and with Dr. Ham leaving, and there won't be a replacement, but in his position, he was the director of construction. Also, my budget experience, the fact that I was a single parent, and I know what these struggling families are going through. We're talking about parents' involvement. They have several jobs to meet the needs of their family. Single parenthood, parents' involvement, the community at large, minority representation on the school board. I hear them. I have the Hispanic community, I have ties to them. The African American community, I have ties to them. I can help them. I can truly help them because I understand their dilemmas. I can understand where they are coming from. Not only my experience, I'm also involved with the Freedom Clinic. What the Freedom Clinic does is help the families in need, the veterans that need free dental, health, and vision, foster children that are in need for health care, the homeless, struggling families. I see the need there. And today I'm also a health insurance agent. I see the need when I deal with these families on a financial basis. I know what these struggling families need. They need somebody that can empower them, can share the stories, can be there with them. And I promise I'll be there with them. I can reach out and I can help them. Not only with my leadership skills, with my experience in the construction industry, my 13 years experience working in the criminal field. I've seen it all. And I know that I can do a better job.
Thank you, Jane. You want to wrap up? Tell us one more time, one reason why we should vote for Jane Morlie.
There is not much to say. Tuesday is the election. If you truly believe in me, please help me spread the word. There is so much we can do together. And it breaks my heart when I see kids that we are failing them. These are the kids that will end up on the street, that will end up in the jail, that will be killed on the street because they will not be able to provide for their family. And then we're gonna point fingers. It's their fault. But we as a community, we as a school system, we have failed them. You can make a change today, and you can make it happen today. My name is Jane Morlie, and I'm running for the Marion County School Board. I care about these 43,000 students. It's not about me. Marion County has embraced me for the past almost 20 years. And I want to give back. I want to give back because I live my American dream. These kids may not have an American dream. Life is hard enough, but if you throw them out there without any skills to survive, responsibility, perseverance, work ethic, the basic skills, I don't see it happening. We can't wait another 4 years. It's now or never.
Amen.
My name is Jane Morlie, and I'm running for the Marion County School Board. I'm looking for your vote. Thank you.
Before you go, can we have a congratulations?
Who has anything to do with my private life?
I just asked a question. I'm congratulating you. Didn't you just, if you didn't, I apologize, but I was impressed you just got married, and I was congratulating you for that.
Well, that was a mistake, but
Okay,
I don't want to talk about it.
no
Okay?
problem.
I was also told that I received money from a marriage and that I have done a marriage for immigration purposes, which is absolutely baloney. It's ridiculous. And nobody has anything to do with my private life. That's my life. I don't go around inquiring about people's life. I'm qualified for what I have done in this community, my education and my volunteer experience. And that's what I'm running on.
Thank you, Jane.